Really what you were a part of, and this gave you a sense of history.
We rented the church out to Emira Baraka and the Republic of New Africa. As we do to many other groups, there was an honor guard for Emira Baraka. And the honor guard, approximately 12 men, a squad, I guess you would call them, 6 on each side. They were marching down Linwood, but they had automatic rifles uncovered, which we all knew was against the law. However, since the action that took place between the Republic of New Africa and the police department was out on the Linwood between Philadelphia and Euclid Street, we didn't see any reason for them to go inside of New Bethel and shoot it up.
I was involved in that from the church point of view, and I went with Reverend Franklin. He called me that night, and we went to the church.
He just thought it was hideous. He thought it was one of the most gross activities he had ever seen. His first comment, and I hate to say it, is that they would never have gone into a cathedral and done this, because they shot New Bethel up like it was a beer tavern or a bar. However, the next consideration was to contact Judge George W. Crockett II, who at approximately 4-something in the morning got up out of his bed and accompanied us to the 1st Precinct downtown, and he inquired how many prisoners did they have, or how many prisoners had they processed, and the sergeant told him he didn't know. You don't know? He said, well, I'm setting up court across the hall. Start sending them to me now.
And, of course, we went to the next morning at the press conference, and he stayed up all night writing and working what he was going to say, and came out extremely hard, as someone would say, on the police department, which was justifiable.
Some of the news people had asked him during the course of the interview of the incident, would he rent the church again to them, and he says, certainly he would.
I believe history has been one big mess that God has been eternally stirring to make man better and to help us achieve world brotherhood.
C.L. Franklin was a prophet. C.L. Franklin was rare, not just unique. Famous because he was well known, but great because of his service.
Plus, he was probably the kindest individual I've ever met. Reverend Franklin had a reputation here that if you came off the bus, and then from the South, of course, usually, off the train or wherever, and you didn't have a place to live or any food, just find New Bethel Baptist Church and C.L. Franklin.
And I remember once there was a knock at the door about 2 o'clock in the morning, and he went down, and this whole family had come from down south. And they told him, they said, we heard, you know, we're here and we're destitute, we're trying to find a job, but as of now we don't have anything. We heard that you would help us. Can you help us?
And then he would raise an offering, and if it were not satisfactory, he would go into his own pocket and make the difference.
He would say, it might happen one day that this might be you, or it might be me.
You know, I was his family physician for the 5 years he was in a coma.
We didn't want to put him in a nursing home because we felt that in some kind of way, if he was aware of what was going on, he would want to be at home. And so we tried in every way possible to keep him there until we couldn't keep him anymore.
I think the people of Detroit really loved Clarence L. Franklin, because from the time he was shot and until his death, really, they came forward whenever we asked. I was a member of the C.L. Franklin Medical Fund Committee,
people out of the state of Michigan that would send checks, and we received checks as small as $1, $2, or $5. And then there were people in the city of Detroit that would mail in donations to the church for him.
Then, that we stand still and know that He is God, and above Him there is none other. We live our lives as if life is certain and death is uncertain. The fact is, life is uncertain and death is certain.
But he left us, and like I said, he left his sermon.
In picturing God as an eagle stirring her nest, I believe history has been one big nest that God has been eternally stirring. Some of the things that have gone on in your own experiences have merely been God stirring the nest of your circumstances. Surely, a reason to believe that there is a land. There is a land. There is a land. There will be a land where we shall never go. No more pain. No more sorrow. There is a land. We shall never go.
Franklin is exemplified in the message drawn from the 5th chapter, the 16th verse of Matthew. It is stated there, "Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works and glorify your Father which is in heaven."